How are you?
I'm all good.
Cool.
How are you?
Good, good. Really happy. It was a good lunch.
Yeah, I love your background screen. It's so cool.
Oh, well, blue is my favorite color. So actually, my room is all it's blue.
Oh gosh, that's your room?
Yeah, actually, it's my room. Let me I can show you. Well, this is my. I have that with all my books and souvenirs and some Rotary gifts.
Oh, so
Well, my closet and my room. Look, so everything is blue, blue and white.
that is so cool. I thought it was a big one.
Oh yeah, really? No, no.
Yeah. For everything who doesn't know, this is Ignacio González Mendez, and he is one. He is one of the Rotaractors who is in the supporting the environment committee in the Rotary International, and he is a great friend of mine, and he is from Chile. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, well, thank you, Ofek, for this kind invitation. Hello all. I'm really, really happy to be here with you talking. My name is Ignacio Gonzalez, but you can see me Nacho. I'm from Chile. I'm Rotaractors since 7 years ago. My Rotaract club is Rotaract Oriente Talca. My city is Talca, by the way. And my district is 4340 in Chile. Um, I usually, like nowadays in Rotary, I'm helping in a planning group about fundraising activities to support the environment. But some years ago, I was really active in the first in the Rotaract and Interact committee, last year in the Rotaract committee and the Elevate Rotaract task force. And that's about me in Rotary. And in my personal life, have a law degree. I'm just finishing my career, and I really into helping in a cause that is the blood donation. I think blood donation is really important, and since I was 18 years, I'm always helping in that.
That is so cool. Yeah, I've seen your Instagram, and I saw over the years you donated a lot of blood. That,
Yeah.
yeah, that is like a great honor, and I can't wait for my first time to donate blood. My school arrange a blood donation every year for the seniors, and I hope we can get back to school for me to do this.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's really cool because you can help three people with your donation, and it's something about you. I mean, I know some people have some religious restrictions, but blood donation is really important for support all the um, all the people that suffer accidents, cancer, sickness, and it's a really nice cause. So I'm happy that you like it.
Yeah. So let's start our interview.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, this is the interview, which called Faces of Interactors, and it's supposed to show the true faces of interactors. But me and the whole group of Hear My Story decided to open this to Rotaractors and Rotarians, who of course has been interactors.
Mhm. Fantastic.
Um, yeah. So I really like the first question. I wrote a question for you, and we have some questions from people around the world.
Great.
Uh,
I'm excited.
yeah, and I have a surprise question which I didn't tell you about before.
Okay. Well, I'm ready. I'm ready for all.
Okay, so how did you find out about Rotary, and how did you join, and when?
Well, it's a kind of long story, but I've tried to do in some abstract. Well, if I need to start with a phrase, I'm completely sure that I didn't choose Rotary. The Rotary life chose me, and that was when I was in high school, actually, when I was around your age. In my high school time, I was Red Cross volunteer. I was really into first aid, HIV prevention, and all these causes. So the Chilean Red Cross has a really cool program for young students in high school students to create. It's like nurseries teams or first aid teams in high school and schools. Well, the thing is, I created one in my school, and it was really good received for my teachers and the principal. So I create this team with some classmates from different years, and the idea is create a nursery and first aid stand in some high school events wherever. So the thing is, my teacher was really like happy for this initiative, and I have a teacher. She was one of my teachers in the class that she was really happy and really proud for this initiative. And when we have classes, she teach me some about technology stuff. Maybe it's not a big class, but the good thing is we have time for talk. And she uh, told me that she was Rotarian, and she told me about Rotary. And for me, it was really cool because when you are a volunteer person and you know people from different organizations that others, it's really cool. So we started to talk, and I remember that she was Rotarian. The thing is, unfortunately, my last high school year, she fell sick and she got cancer, so she can go into classes, and everyone was really really sad for the situation. And her Rotary Club president, uh, that her name is Christina, she tried to create something nice for my teacher, uh, like idea to cheer up her. So that Rotary Club and especially the president create a award that is, I don't know the translation in English, but it's like Solidarity Award Alicia Quintana. Alicia is my teacher's name. And the idea is create this award, and that Rotary Club is going to give to high school student in the town who personify and who uh, was a really helping person, solidarity person, charity person. So because this like value was really related with my teacher, like this value of service, helping others. So when the club president visited my teacher and her family, she talked about this, and everyone says like, hey, this is fantastic. I'm sure that Alicia is going to be really happy for this, but we want to tell her because my teacher was really complicated with the cancer, so she can attend visits. So when the club president received a call from my teacher's daughter, she said like, hey, Alicia really, my mom really loved this. And she said that she knew a student in her high school that is the perfect person to receive this award at the first time. Unfortunately, my teacher died some days after, so the award was something posthum, like after like her memory. So when I was in my high school ceremony, my graduation ceremony, I remember the Rotary Club was there, and the master of ceremony says like, here's the Rotary Club of my town, and have a special recognition that is starred in the memory of our loved teacher. And this award is related to recognize solidarity and service values in a student of the city. And the first student is Ignacio Gonzáles. So for me, it was, oh my God, that's so nice, so kind. I received with a lot of uh, humble because it was the first time that another organization recognized me, all the things that I'd done in the Red Cross. And after that, I started to investigate about Rotary. And I found that Rotary was an international organization that doing good in the world, and I feel that, hey, this is a really cool organization. I really want to join because they recognize me good things. So I learned that it was Interact and Rotaract, but in the city that I live in that time doesn't have younger clubs. So it was kind of sad. And after that, I entered to university. Um, After that, I have a sabbatical year that I traveling different countries in South America. I had a really international position in the Red Cross. So like time for Rotary, Rotary was just a remember, a nice remember. But when I started law school, I saw a flyer in a faculty, actually in the economic faculty, about being like exceptional, join Rotaract. And I said like, oh, because now I live in Talca, another town. So I said like, oh my God, that's so cool because now I see in Talca, they have Rotaract. But unfortunately, when I visit my dean, I mean, no, it wasn't my dean, it was the economic dean, but he was a teacher. So when I told with him, he said that he was Rotary Club president and they want to create a Rotaract, but that project failed because they don't find young students for doing. So I said like, well, what I need to do for creating a Rotary Club? And he said like, well, uh, 15 students or young people, young leaders, but I think you don't want to do it because it's complicated. And finally, 2 days after, I go in there with a list with 18 friends, and I said like, "Hey, sir, I have this. When we gonna start it?" And I found my first club, and then many things happen, and now I'm my second club because I am the founder of the two Rotary clubs in my city. So now I am the new one, but for me now it's my family. So that's my short story about how I enter Rotary. So when I always leave like hard moments, like good hard moments, like I always think like, oh, I hope that my teacher she's feels proud with me because I feel that she teach me why Rotary is so important and why Rotary is an organization that all the leaders in the world needs to be part of them. And now one of my close friends is Christina, the Rotary Club president. Actually, now she is district secretary in her district. And now she's like my best friend forever. And it's really cool because we met when I started in my Rotaract club, my first Rotaract club, I sent a letter to the Rotarians. So like, hey, do you remember me? Well, now I'm part of Rotary, so can we, I don't know, have a meeting together? And we met each other, and now we are really good friends. That's my story.
Wow, this is an amazing story. I have to tell you, I think it's the best water experience I've ever had. I've ever heard. Like it, it was going into your life for so many years, and until you founded your first club, you keep working in volunteer work, and that's amazing. Also, uh, having an award for your teacher and for her memory and getting it by Rotary Club. It's like too many times Rotary not to be in it.
Yeah, actually, the award now I think is like the 11th person. I mean, the word is maintaining, so it's really nice. And actually, something cool is since last year I am honorary Rotarian. I'm an honorary member of my teachers club, Rotary Club. So it's so cool because that Rotarians recognizing me, all my work in Rotaract, my international, work that I done in the organization. So they gave me this recognition, and I feel really proud. I'm honorary Rotarian, but I feel that it's really special. It makes me really emotional when I try to think like, oh my God, I mean, all the stories are connected, and now I'm a member of my teachers club.
Yeah, I this is such an honor. Also, having a friend from a Rotary Club is the best thing that can ever happen. Like, it's a lot of people consider Rotary as a volunteer work or a job, but it's, as you said, a second family.
It's true, and I think for me it's not a volunteer thing. Afek, I don't know if you feel the same, but when we I don't like to compare, but when I try to think my Red Cross times and my Rotary times, it's completely different because for me this is not a volunteer thing. for me, Rotary is a lifestyle. I mean, it's something that you can't say like, okay, I put in my Rotary t-shirt and I'm going to help. And when I take off my Rotary t-shirt, I'm like the normal person. No, Rotary is 24/7. And it's an organization that it's so intense, everything. So that's the reason that we can compare. This is not something good or bad. It's just you can't compare with another organization because this is not a volunteer. This is not a hobby. This is like a lifestyle.
2 words. I have nothing else to say. 2 words. Yeah. So the next thing I want to hear is what is the best thing Rotary has gave to you, and what is the best memory you have from there?
Oof, that's complicated because I think many good times. Something maybe I want to choose two. First one is related with my international service, my international work. When it was 18, 19 Rotary year, like Barry Racin's year, he invited me to be part of Rotaract and Interact committee. It was advisory committee of the board of Rotary International, so we developed many things and ideas and proposals to them, and fortunately they approved all of them. And well, the next year I was, a part of these new international committees. But this first year was really nice because I really understand first that uh, Rotary is so connected with the world, and all the things that we are done here, for example, in Chile, has a big impact in other countries, and it's really great when I have the opportunity to be part in the headquarters, so I see how is the president office, the board office, all the staff members that are helping us to develop our activities. One of the first time that I've done was putting in contact with really Rotaract and Interact leaders, try to know, especially know a lot about Interact, because I feel my work that year was representing all the good things that Rotaractors and Interactors done and do and need to do in the world. So it was fantastic because I met really good friends, especially I told a lot of Interactors. And for me, it was so special. I mean, that's the reason that nowadays I'm really Interact lover, because I know all the things that you are doing. I know all the passion that you have and all the good things that you are doing in the world. So as a leader, I really want to invite you that you need to be greater than me and that us. And you have all the things for doing great leaders. So for Rotaractors and Rotaract leaders and Rotary leaders in general, we need some things to do for Interact. So I think that was a fantastic opportunity because I feel that my contribution in Rotary is important, like all of the contribution of all of us. And especially when you are hardworking and you are responsible and try to doing good things, you have good results and you have new challenges, and be an international officer for Rotary is really good because you can connect with people and you can increase new leaderships. So I think that was one of my best moments, like visiting Evanston, Chicago, and working with a fantastic team was my three committees that it was part of, and be close to our presidents and all the, not celebrities, but all these famous Rotarians that are doing greater things for Rotary and working together and share some nice advice and share nice conversations and be friends is the best. It's really cool. And another experience, it was related with service. It was some years ago. It's a really important story for me because I help in a family in here in my have a house. Uh, I don't know if the translation is going to be correct of this story, but when someday someone told me, I think it was my mom, told me that in the highway was a family, a young mother with a small kid, son, a small kid, and she was pregnant. They're living, in a place that it wasn't a house. It was like a hunting. I don't know the word, but like a tent. So it was really complicated because it was in a highway. They don't have, water, electricity, nothing, and she was pregnant. So I remember my mom said like, "Hey, I hope you could do something with your Rotary club." So I talked with my club. My club said like, "Oh, this is a sad story, but I don't know what we could do. I mean, it's something that live in the street." So well, I visited this small family. I visited the place. It was really hard to see, and we talking, and this mom, she lives in a really dangerous neighborhood in the capital city in Santiago, and she traveled into my city with her son because they are, try to find a best place for live, but they don't have house, so they're living, in this tent in the middle of the countryside. And actually, it was really paradoxic because paradox because this tent and this place was really near to the most expensive neighborhood in my city. So the thing is, I tried to help her and try to find food, clothes, some tools for her. But the thing is, when I give with my Rotarians, my Rotary club to her, I said like, well, what do you need more? What other thing I can do for you? And she said like, well, I need some place for live. And I remember, so like, well, I'm not sure if I can give you that, but believe me that I'm doing my best for helping you. So some Rotarians said like, hey, you should talk with the like a secretary of my like I think it's like living secretary, house secretary about houses, and these Rotarians are like, you should visit him because maybe he could help you to find a house for this person. So the thing is, I don't have a appointment with him. So because our authorities, government authorities are always busy. So I try to say, okay, I need to wait outside um, his office. And when he enter into the office, I need to talk with him and say like, hey, hello, I'm from Rotary. I have this situation. Can you help me? And I remember I woke up so early and going there. But the bad thing was it was a lot of how can I say, like, journalists, press try to talk with him, so I can't talk with him. I was like, okay, that's sad. But in my mind, it's like, hey, Nacho, you can try it next day. Maybe next day is going to be the day. So well, I going again the next day really early, and I found him. And I remember when I like touching the bottom for the elevator, I entered there and said like, hey, hello, sorry, my name is Ignacio, I'm from Rotary International, I have this situation, I hope you can help me. And he's like, hey, okay, I think it's a really important story. Come to my office and talk with my assistant and find an appointment. So I think it was 2 days after that, the assistant called me and I have the meeting with the secretary. And he said like, yeah, um, we could help you, but we don't know when this house for this person is going to be real, because um, they doing some political things. And I said like, okay, but I really hope that you could help me with this and find a place for live, because this family can live in this in the street. So the next day he called me and said like, hey, Ignacio, I have a really good news for you. I talked with some things in the ministry and we found a house for this person. She's going to be the owner of the house. So I don't know if you like, we could visit her right now and talk about now she has a place for live. So for me it was so hard because like, so I was really happy, but I was really hard, with the emotions of like, wow, I mean, this was 5 days ago, and now I found the thing that she needs. So we visit with this secretary, her tent and her family, and he said like, hey, well, this person from Rotary visited me and told me about your situation. Well, so now I need to tell you that the government is going to help you, and the government is going to find a place for you, and you could be the owner of this house. And that was amazing. I think it's my best story. And I remember I helped her, and she said like, thank you so much. I don't know why you're doing this, but I'm so happy that you helped my family, you helped my son, and now my son has a place for live. now my son, no one is bullying him in the school because her classmates says that he's poor, and now you give dignity. And I don't know, it makes me sad because it's a really hard story, that why we are here in Rotary. We are here for helping people. We are here for doing our best for service. And it was cool. I mean, imagine like I'm just a student. I'm just like you and all the people who are here. This story. We are normal people. We are not powerful people. But when we are putting all our energies, putting all our visions and all our, I don't know who can explain, but when we put all our best of us for doing a better world, and we have the possibility, we need to do it. Maybe if I'm just doing my, I don't know, be lazy and say like, no, I mean, I can't find an appointment with this important authority. I mean, no, it's impossible. Maybe she's still living there, and maybe, I don't know, was a hard story, but I have that opportunity and I took it. And every time that I can help someone, I try to do my best, because I think that's the reason that I'm here. I'm ready for service, and I'm ready for try to putting my best of me for helping others. And that's my second story.
Ignacio, you made me cry inside so bad.
Yeah, I could imagine, but well, it's something that we need to be really happy.
Yeah, I know. The story is sad, but you helped this person so much that nobody could ever help her like you did.
Yeah,
I
that
this is the
it was
reason.
my it was my duty. I mean, I'm from Rotary. It's my duty helping people,
Still,
and we need to do it every time that we can. And as you can see, and why I tell this story is because when you have just resilience and energy and be proactive, we could do fantastic things. Because my work was only be connect organizations, connect people, and Rotary is a organization that people said like, oh, this is important, oh, this organization is serious. Because if I visit this secretary, just a normal person like Ignacio Gonzáles, maybe he said like, hey, you are crazy, please, security, come here. But he heard about Rotary, he heard about this organization, he looked my pin, he understand this was a serious situation. So that's the reason that Rotary has all of this power, and we need to put in every time for helping society.
I totally agree, but this is not the kind of stories you usually hear in Rotary. For me, of course, I mainly hear about beach cleaning and donating and helping students, but this is so much bigger. Not to insult the other one, of course, but this is huge what you did because you did it by yourself, not by anyone else, and it is not. Of course, it's not for granted. How old were you in this story?
Oh, maybe 25, 25.
Wow,
Yeah.
yeah, that's amazing. That's totally amazing. Um, so I I I couldn't be more proud of a person, of course, of you, especially of you. I don't know.
Thank you.
Yeah, you like I need a few days to stop crying inside of proudness and sadness. Yeah, I noticed you wear a pin of end polio now.
Yeah, I mean, do you mean about this day? Because yeah, today is October 24th. Yeah, it's the end polio day. I love this day, actually. I feel really proud of all the work that Rotary is doing for this sickness, and how Rotary, generate all this humanitarian change in the world. And I was reading about end polio now, and when this initiative starts in the 80s, and right now more than 2,500 million people, especially children's, was vaccine. And I think it's amazing. I mean, it's so much people and Rotary doing that. I mean, our organization doing that. So for us as a young leaders, we need to be really close of polio and we need to help. And the best thing that we could do for help is doing nice and creative fundraising events for find nice ways to find money and donate that money for Polio Plus Fund. And also doing this sensibilization, I mean, doing this um, communication strategy for show our friends, our school, our university, and our cities that why, because in Chile, polio ends in the 70s. So when I talk about polio, people said like, why are you talking about this? I mean, this doesn't happen here. I said like, yeah, of course. But we have countries like Pakistan and Afghanistan that people is suffering polio, and we can helping from Chile in this case. I think it's the same in Israel. So we could do something for this cause, and it's not so a big deal. I mean, we need just energy, creativity, and teamwork. And I'm really happy that Interactors and Rotaractors, working a lot of polio because we are this close for finish this virus, and we could doing good things for doing that.
I totally agree. Yeah, in Israel, the polio didn't hold that much. Like not, and today is totally over. But of course, there are countries in Africa and in Asia that still suffering from this. A lot of people die just because this disease that has a vaccine, and that's crazy that it's still going on in the world.
Yeah, absolutely, it's true. I mean, we have good things to do, especially from our places.
Yeah. Do you think that interactors can help the Rotary Foundation and Rotary International to support to end polio?
Absolutely, yes. And the good thing is you could do not alone. I mean, you could generate nice activities with Rotary clubs and Rotary clubs, and we as a Rotary family doing great things, because sometimes we focus only in our club, for example. I mean, how my club doing this activity, but in this case, that polio is more fundraising activities. We need to invite more people for working here, and the best thing that we could do is doing with our Rotary family. So I encourage you that talk with some Rotary Club friend or your Rotary sponsor club or another Rotary Club or Rotary Club, and generate a nice activity to fundraise some money for polio and doing together, because it could be more fun and more interactive, and we could have a big impact in everything.
Yeah, and it's not held by a day, right? The activities can be holding up for all the year.
Actually, yeah, I mean, we could do every time. I mean, now in October is more important for the international campaign and the day, but you could raise money all the year, and when we are in June, you could give into Rotary Foundation.
Yeah, that's a great thing to hear. I I actually heard about the World Polio Day just recently. I didn't know it was exist, but like I do know that Rotary fights to end polio, but I didn't know it has a campaign like this close thing. I heard first from you.
Ah, really? Yeah, it was some years ago. I mean, nowadays Rotary is focused in another things like sharing social medias. Every year we have a different message to doing this recognition of this End Polio Day. And the good thing is we could do many greater things for End Polio.
Yeah, I totally agree, and I really hope that next year or in some year we are not going to have this year because the war is going to be completely a history.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, now I just read, and we have 49 cases in Afghanistan and Pakistan. The thing is, last year, October 29th, we have only 29. So we have more cases. So we need to keep working. I mean, we need to keep giving and giving money to support this initiative.
I believe the reason for the raise is because of the corona, but I hope that after the corona are going to end, we're going to get it right back. And because we know the corona can be defeated, I'm sure. I heard a lot of companies are this close to end corona.
No, but the thing is, Afghanistan and Pakistan are really dangerous countries. They have a lot
Yeah,
of, some government problems, a lot of violence. So that's really hard for, doing all the strategy for the vaccine. So
of
that's the
course.
reason that we need to keep helping them for end polio.
Yeah, something else Rotary does is helping countries to raise the message of peace. That's
Yes.
the one thing I really like about Rotary. I admire this message. Like in 2020, we see a lot of countries come together, not just with Corona, but a lot of other other topics, and cooperate, like agriculture, technology, uh, food, weapon, whatever it needs, and we share our ideas and of course our money, and we can. I believe that we can bring it all together to a great new world.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I mean, we have the good thing of Rotary is we have so many things to do, and we have all these areas of focus that now is like all the needs of the world on the areas of focus. So Rotary is like helping everything. And here we have a phrase that it's like in Rotary we don't give the fish to the people. We teach them to fishing. So the idea of this phrase is said like in Rotary we give tools to the people. We are give dignity, try to helping them, but not with the need specifically. Is we need to think with vision, because if we are giving every time fish, people always needs of us, and but if we are learn fishing, that people could find their own way the food and live by their self.
I really like the phrase. Uh, yeah, teachers teach us this on the elementary school, but in here, yeah. So I was, um, I think I see that it's our last question. I
Good.
just want to say it was really a blast interviewing you. You were such a great interviewee, and I really glad to know a lot more about you than I knew before, and about Rotary and about polio and about everything. Uh,
Mhm.
so our last question is, what advice can you tell our what advice can you give to our viewers, Rotary related or not Rotary related?
Okay, well, first, maybe in general for youth people is we are in the moment for make things happen, and we are people that we're so grateful because we have our home, we're study something or living with our parents, we have friends, we have people who love us. So I think it's really important to feel that we need to give back that opportunities, we need to give back all the good things that we receive in the world. So this is the organization, this is the place that we could do in this, and we need to be protagonists in the society and in the world. We can be in the comfort zone all the times and say like, oh, maybe another person can, I don't know, resolve this situation, or another people could helping others. I mean, it's not for me. I completely believe that we need to doing, and we need to help. I mean, and we need to be people of action. So for all the interacts and Rotaractors that are watching this, so first of all, says thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for being here, because you are so important for Rotary. You are so important for the organization, and this organization give everything for be people in action, for being better leaders. The only thing that we need to do is try things, put in action, generate cool projects, an important project for your society, learn about leadership, risk yourself and learn of all of this, and always we need to think that leaders is not about a position. Leadership is about action and example, and we need to be really good leaders for others. We need to always try to teach and promoting that others need to be better than us. This is our role here, because we need leaders and good leaders in Rotary, and we need to help to create good leaders. So just live in Rotary, live in the organization, and doing our best always. We can always focus in, oh, I have some things to do in the school, in my family, with my friends. Yeah, all of us are busy people. The thing is, if we are going time for Rotary, for the organization, we need to put in 100%. And I'm sure that you are going to do amazing things, and always be proud of, especially for all the Interact work, because you putting good taste for Rotary. Interact put its good taste for Rotary in everything.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I again want to thank you for coming here and making time. I know you're a busy man, as you told, you Rotary is a lifestyle, and you need to work all the time. I don't want to use the phrase work. You need to be.
Mhm.
You need to be all the time in Rotary, and I really thankful for you to come here. And I have one request for you. I want us to do the little thing, the disclose, to post on my Instagram account.
Okay, yeah, sure. I was thinking the same, but of fact, thank you so much for the opportunity of all the team of hear your voice. You made an amazing job. So keep doing. I'm really happy to be part of this. Anything you need, just contact me, and I'm sure you're gonna find fantastic stories in the future to inspiring others. So thank you again.
Thank you.
So
So
we're doing the let me phones and
I'm
no,
going to print screen,
it's hand.
whatever you want. Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay, the right.
Wait a sec.
Wait a second because I have my pin here.
Yep. Wait a sec.
We're ready?
Already.
Not yet. You,
Yeah, it's ready.
oh, you was
Don't worry, it went great. I will send you the picture, and I want to tell you and all of yours that your story is going to be published. Also, this interview by next week. I don't really know the date, but of course next week, and I will let you know. So thank you
yeah.
so much again, and see ya.
Okay, man. Thank you so much for
Bye,
everything, and we're in contact.
bye, man. Good night.
Bye. Take care. Good night for you.